bone. Shorty know I'm busy on the road. Hold me down if I am not home. In the cup with my bros. I was talking, get it on my own. Ain't nobody throwing me a bone. No one's throwing me a bone. Shorty know I'm busy on the road. Hold me down if I am not home. I'm in the cup with my bros. High as hell, I'm in the ozone. Fresh fade, new days in the brand new polo. You a fraud, you a fake. If you broke the bro code, it's crazy, get with the wave. If you play, it's no-no. Bitch, I'm borderline crazy, I think you should stay away. I've been off my meds a minute, I think I should meditate. When it comes to pushing medical, you know I'm heavyweight. And I got a shorty now, and she down to catch a case. That's my baby, she a rider, I ain't gotta say her name. I'm a bad boy now, with this pistol in my waist. You a pussy if you hatin', and you probably a lame. Keep the pressure on these motherfuckers, you don't know the game. When it comes to bringing fire, I feel like Saddam Hussein. Drop a bomb on these bitches, I feel like I'm Reggie Wayne. I could expose you motherfuckers, I'm trying to refrain. Put them down like a dog, I feel like I am inhumane. I was taught to get it on my own. Ain't nobody throwing me a bone, no one's throwing me a bone. Shorty know I'm busy on the road. Hold me down if I am not home. In the cup with my bros. I was taught to get it on my own. Ain't nobody throwing me a bone, no one's throwing me a bone.
All right, we missing a. I don't know. I see 0 people on the live right now. I see one person saying it says live stream offline. Are we live here? Let's see. Well,
I don't know.
let's see. Can you guys see us on the live? I see it.
I'm just putting my thing on now.
Okay, is frickin' Bristol still signed in? Hold on. I gotta call her. Maybe she's signed in. Hold on. Of course this happens. Hold on. If not, we're going on Facebook. Hey, are you still signed into the YouTube account? Okay, because it's not letting me stream it on YouTube, and it's like coming up as your show. Oh, I was? Because it says live stream offline, and I see people talking. Oh, are we live now? Can people... I see people commenting. This is new. Oh, we're live. Okay, we're live. All right. I think we're live.
What in the fuck?
Yeah. See if you can watch.
Is
Okay, I
Judge
see 4
Booty
people watching.
from her
Okay, now.
from her holding cell?
All right, so we're starting to come in now. All right, cool. We're good. I think so. All right, enjoy the show. All right, here we go. We're officially live. We're good. We're good. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but. We live. All right, what's up, Turtle Riders? Welcome to this episode of Turtleboy Live. Just a reminder, if you guys are liking the content and would like to see us continue, I did a whole thing on it this week. Some of the struggles that we're having, which really, like, let's be honest, they're not really our fault. Like, normally I'm a guy that takes, I hold myself accountable. I like to think when I make mistakes or I do something wrong. But in this case, it's like we're literally doing everything right. Like we're just exposing douchebags, which is completely fair and legal, and we're doing a public service, and people don't like that. And so as a result, we get silenced a lot. But more than just that, we get demonetized, right? In that we can't, we've been kicked off various ad networks, and we get sued all the time. And getting sued is very expensive, right? And very time-consuming and troubling, and it's just these douchebags. So we had a big come-to-Jesus moment this week with Turtle Riders, and you guys really came through, man. You guys really, more than anything, because the money is going to come and go. However, what really kept me going, I'm going to be honest with you, was the mental aspect of it all and all the messages you guys sent saying, like, so many people just sent messages that said, like, never stop. You can't stop it. This is too important.
And free my boy.
And free my boy, exactly. Right? I got a lot of free my boy messages. So we graciously appreciate that. If you guys want to support what we're doing, you can do that by donating to the Turtle Fund. You can buy something in the Turtle Store. You can get the $10 a month ad-free subscription. Or you can, if you want to like join Turtleboy, we're looking for a salesman. We're looking for some sort of investor. I'm not going to lie. But I can get more into detail in that later on. But yeah, so those are the things that we're looking for. So I'm going to go on live. I'm going to go on Facebook right now, and I'm going to share this. Let people know we live. We rocking out. Let's do it. So with us tonight, we have our Bret Killer. How you doing, Bret?
Awesome.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you back again. Yeah. And also with us is our good friend Intern. How you doing, Intern?
Intern's doing well. How's
Excellent.
everyone doing? How about them Celtics?
Yes. Oh, it's great, man. What did I tell you? Brett doubted me today. I saw Brett's comment. Never. I was wrong. You're right. You're right, Brett. They're not going to win in 6. They're going to sweep this team, I think. Or win in 5 at the most. They might. They're going to win the next game in Milwaukee. I bet you they might lose one in Boston. I bet you they go up 3-0. And then they lose game 4, just fuck it, and then they win in game 5. Like, I'm so confident that the Celtics are so much better than this crap hole team. It's the friggin' Bucks, man. It's Milwaukee. Give me a break. I don't care how many games they won. It's the Bucks. We're the Celtics. We're not losing to the Bucks in the playoffs. Stop it. So, that was a nice little game today. Made up for the Bruins last night. They all let us down, but let's get started on the show. How we like to start off every episode of Turtleboy Live is a little thing called Where You Reppin'. Let us know in the comments right now. Where you reppin'? Diane says that's a great connection tonight, new Wi-Fi. No, I just deleted a billion files and restarted my computer like 20 minutes before the show. Maybe that helps. All right, Gardner's in the house. Where else are we at? Woonsocket's in the house. Here we go. If I can't beat Bristol's ratings, Bristol had over 100 people the other night for like an hour and a half talking to some flat earther. Ipswich is in the house. Alpine, Texas. Excellent. Edge of the Flat Earth. Wakefield. Attaboy is in the house. Westminster. Manamet Beach. Hyannis. Billerica. Vermont. Hubbardston. Weymouth. Lunenburg. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Clemson's in the house. Erie Pub is in the house. Camberville is in the house. Excellent. Derry, Conway, New Hampshire. Kansas City's back for more. Norton's in the house. West Bridgewater, Greenfield, Smithfield. Another Smithfield. Back to back. Is that where Wright's Chicken Farm is? Is that Smithfield, Brett? Or Intern?
No. Clinton, no, Lancaster, isn't it? Lancaster is where Wright's Chicken Farm is.
It's in Rhode Island. You're in the wrong state.
No, yeah, it's right. No, it's right over the Rhode Island border there.
Yeah,
It's,
you're not even close, Brett.
Yeah, right down
It's either-
146.
It's either Smithfield or
that's
Burrellville, one of those two, yeah. Rochester, New Hampshire's in the house, home of Tony DeYoung. Foxborough's in the house. Mars is in the house. Fall River. North Smithfield, I was corrected. All right, so the audience is weak. I mean, I love you guys. Only 48, 49 watching. I'm jealous of Bristol. Did you guys watch Bristol's show the other night? Either of you guys?
I do. I watched like 20 minutes of it, and the guy he was bullshitting around or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of
Yeah, I watched
dead
it.
air.
And
did other shit.
I thought he was very amusing. They just should have asked more questions about the Jews. That's what everyone in the audience was like, dude, just ask him about the Jews. He started talking about science, rambles on. It's like, all right, we get it. The guy's like, just ask him fucking crazy shit. That's all we want to know. So anyway, yeah. So if you guys don't mind, share this. I shared it on the Clarence at Woods Emerson page. Share it on your pages as well. That would be great. All right. The Flat Earth voice.
Is Newton Courthouse in the...
Yes, that's definitely on the agenda tonight. But what we're going to start talking with tonight is the Chicopee Herpesaurus. All right? And this took place in a place we call Springcopee. It's like right, it's the same shit. Like Chicopee is where Springfield people go when they want to feel like they made it in life. But they really didn't. And this story made the news when the Chicopee police shared an image on their Facebook page of this woman who had been arrested. Now, the age of her was 24. And let me tell you, folks, this was a hard 24. Did you guys see this picture?
Dude, there was no way I believed she was 24 when I first saw that mug.
No.
24 going on 74.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
like you said, 24 in Chicopee is. So, let's see her image as soon as this loads. Let's see where she's at here. There she is. All right, so tattoos and everything. Just I love the arrogance in her face. Like, bitch, this ain't shit for me. So just to review just to review what happened, this woman named Cara Marino, 24 years old, she says, so the cops were called to the apartment, right? And they've responded there 9 times in the last month to the second floor at 4 o'clock a.m. on Easter morning, mind you. And in the past 2 days, they've been called 6 times. 6! So the renter of the apartment had already received a city ordinance violation as well as a criminal complaint for keeper of a disorderly house. At this particular time, they attempted to speak with her, but she refused. Officers then entered the apartment to stop the disturbance. As they entered, they observed over 50 people in this small apartment, as well as large groups of people leaving out the back. There were multiple empty bottles of alcohol everywhere, as well as a full disc jockey and sound system setup. So, that's pretty wild. And so she violated that agreement, and she was placed under arrest. Now, we find out later on that they're part of this, like, gang. Did you guys see the name of this gang? What? Yeah, what a name this was. The Afty Kingz. Yeah, they're called the Afty Kingz. Yeah, I shit you not. And that is short for, I believe, what? He's messaging me right now, the Afty Kingz. And I got to message him back.
The After Party Kings.
Yeah.
All right, I got to send it. Hold on. This I got the guy. I got the guy messaging me right now, the Afty Kingz guy, and he wants to come on. So I got to freaking send him. I got to send him a link. I got the guy messaging me. Come on, he's going to come on the show with us. Copy link. I already sent him the link 5 times. You can't figure this out, of course. And let's send it to him one more time. There it is. Bam. All right. So anyway, they're part of this Afty Kingz group, and I guess they just go around and they rent out apartments. They like charge people $10 a head to go to these parties, right? And they just ruin the neighborhood. Now check out what it's like outside, right? Do you guys see this trash pile?
Dude, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
How do you live like that?
That is, I mean, this is where, so other people live in this apartment complex, and if you listen on the podcast, it's literally,
How many dirty diapers are in there?
This is probably 0, because there ain't no kids in that house. And that's the other part of the story.
That is true. Okay,
yeah.
You're right. That's right.
So, as you can see, I mean, how many feet high would you guys describe that as for the podcast listeners? Is this trash pile?
I'd say it's about 4 by 8. 4 feet high by 8 feet wide.
I think you're being very conservative in that. I would think that's at least a 6-foot pile of trash. I mean, that's big, man. That's big. Heineken.
Imagine that, Brett being conservative.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all fuck off. But the railing, look at the railing. That's only up to your waist, so that's only another. Well, yeah, maybe.
It's pretty big. This big one, you know what I mean? And according,
that's a lot of shit.
Yeah, we spoke with one of her neighbors who said that they are literally squirrels that live inside these baskets. You know, why wouldn't you if you're a friggin' squirrel? It's like free food, you know. So anyway, this is going on, and we find out afterwards that they're part of this group called the Afty Kingz, and this is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like, by the way, every night, according to the woman who lives upstairs. Come outside, Kara. Ooh, come outside. You were fucking my best friend? Come outside. Yeah, so that's what you got to listen to all the time living next to this chick. Dog filter, everything. And by the way, she's a mother of, multiple crotch fruits. And evidently this is the life she wants to live. Be gangster, hood rat, all that stuff. Afty Kingz. I mean, it's a pretty glamorous life, don't you guys think?
Oh, yeah. She's living her best life.
Yes, this is what they call living her best life for shizzle. So, let's give the guy a call over at the Afty Kingz, because he said he wanted to come on to talk about this. So, let's give him a buzz. Come on.
By the way, when you look like that and you're 22 or whatever it is, you are living your best life.
No.
Dude,
your only life.
These broads that let these fucking queef kings come over and fuck their houses up, they just look at a dick, I think. That broad has probably seen more dicks than the Celtics urinal. Fucking God.
Oh, good
Look at her,
God.
dude. You know she's had nuts all over her.
Well, there's
Ain't
that.
a piece of her body up and covered in nut.
There were people confronting her. You know what I mean? These chicks confronting her. I mean, that's obviously problematic. So let's see if we can get the Afty Kingz on the phone here. It's ringing. Here we go. Afty Kingz.
Oh, that's cool. Dude, that shirt gives me ADHD. Look at that fucking thing.
Hello? Is this Afty Kingz? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, is this the Afty Kingz?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank you for coming on with us. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Oh, you have multiple Afty Kingz there, or?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There's a few of them.
Oh, excellent. So, you're the king? Is that right, or you guys are all the kings?
No, we're all Afty Kingz. That's it. There's nobody bigger than nobody here.
Nobody's bigger than nobody. Excellent.
We're not a gang. You can get that out your vocabulary. We're not a gang.
You're not a gang. Okay. Well, I mean, not like a real gang, but like, you're like a party gang kind of, right?
No, it's not a party gang. It's a promotion team.
A promotion team. So how do you guys promote? What do you guys do?
Didn't you read on Google? I sent it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. So this is my understanding of it. You find people with ratchet, like spare apartments, and then you pay them to throw benders in their apartments after the bars are closed, and then you charge people $10 a head to get in, right?
No, that's not what we do. That's not you went the wrong way with this. That's not what we do.
What do you do?
We actually promote for clubs. We might have a little get together afterwards, and it happens to pop off and be a fun time. But no, that's not what we do. We're a promotion team. We promote for most of the clubs down here in Massachusetts. Well, not Massachusetts, Springfield.
So let me get this straight. So Kara, right? She was when the cops came to her apartment. That was one of your parties, correct? An Afty King party.
Come on, hold on. Yeah, she was at the party. What happened with that? Come on, shut that off.
Okay, so she was at the party. It was at her house, so obviously she's at the party. So I see her posting on Facebook that Afty tonight, hit me up. Any other Afty Kingz member, we about to be lit tonight. # Afty Kingz. So is she like a promoter for you guys, or what? How does that work?
She promotes for the clubs. That's what she does. I mean, if we happen to have a get together, then we will put it on Facebook for people to come over and have a good time.
Okay, so what happened that night? When the Chicopee police came, walk me through. What happened that night?
What happened that night?
Yeah, that night. What happened?
Man, we had to get together. Police came through. The people upstairs called the cops. We know who it is. Don't get it fucked up. We really know who it is. So they called the police. The police came through and they arrested her. It's not that hard to figure out. I mean, you talk about ratchet. Chicopee ratchet as shit.
Yes,
like
no doubt.
Why are we talking about the Afty King being like the bad people in Chicopee?
Well, because there's kids and stuff that live upstairs that are trying to sleep. It's Easter morning. You guys are blaring music and partying. Did you think about them at all?
They're not saying that. Hold on. They're not saying nothing about them kids upstairs when they're coming downstairs trying to buy crack and all that other shit that we don't have.
So it's okay to keep up little children because their moms are crackheads. Is that right? That's your official position?
The children are even there. But anyways, that's not the story. I mean, what did we come here? What did we really come here for? We came here to try to clear things out, or did we come here to our side? No, forget about our side. Did we come here to really,
You said you
let you know what happened, or did you come here to do whatever the fuck you want here?
Is there any part of the story that we missed or got wrong?
Well, certainly didn't come there to check the ID of minors.
Yeah.
And where's their minors?
There's a lot of things that y'all got wrong, but I mean, I'm not here to really explain that. What we're going to sit here and explain that about? I mean, there's nothing to talk about. You know what happened. They told you what happened. You read the police report. Everything is plain and simple. You read everything. Now, the bad shit is calling people out their names, putting people out there like gang leaders and all that other shit. That's unnecessary.
I would say the bad part is, disturbing the peace.
Mentioning other people's kids.
I thought we weren't talking about that. You told me we weren't talking about that. Right? That was the ground rules.
I cannot hear you.
I thought we weren't talking about that. That was the ground. That was the ground rules you laid out that you don't want to talk about that, right?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. We'll switch that up. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm confused. Can you answer me this?
Hold on. You're right. You brought up the kid before we got on.
Right.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what's up with the gigantic pile of trash outside of her apartment?
The gigantic what?
Why is there a gigantic pile of trash outside of her apartment?
Okay. What does that matter? They're moving out. What does that matter?
What? Because it's very odd. Most people don't have gigantic, piles of trash. It seems like she's a terrible neighbor, like an awful neighbor.
Well, actually, if you know
Do you guys?
her, you think she's a great lady.
I doubt that. Well, here's the thing.
If you know her.
The cops were called 6 times in 2 days. You think that's a good neighbor? 6 times. The cops were called 6 times in 2 days. How is that a good neighbor?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
So the Chicopee police are lying. Is that right?
The police is gonna always do things to make themselves look better and exaggerate.
How does that make them look better?
Nobody was called 6 times. The time they came and arrested her was the second time they came. That's it.
So the police are lying because the police are lying to make themselves look good.
Answer his question.
So the police are okay. So the police are lying to make themselves look good. That's what you're saying?
I can't read.
The police are lying to make
Police
themselves.
always lie to make themselves look good.
How does that make them? How does that make themselves look good? How does that make themselves look good though? Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense.
The police always lie. Like, come on. I mean, I'm not here to badmouth them either because I don't have nothing against them out here. They're actually pretty good with us here and there.
Yeah.
But they lie all the time. They do our parties too. They come to our clubs and do our parties. They do security.
Okay.
They do all that shit. So, I mean, I'm not here to slander them myself.
Okay, so you don't feel any remorse about like disturbing the peace, waking up small children that live upstairs and stuff like that. You don't feel bad about any of that. Nothing.
What? Okay, my thing is, do you not think that happens every day, everywhere else?
I don't care if
why
it
are we
happens
targeted over that?
Because you all made the news. That's why. Because this is first of all, you did it on Easter. Is Kara with you right now? Is Kara with you?
Yes, she is. What's wrong?
Well, does she want to talk and explain her side of the story or no?
No, she don't. She don't want to talk right now. I mean, until you get a little bit more unaggressive.
Tell her to pop that dick out of her mouth and get her on the phone.
I think I'm being pretty. I don't think I'm being aggressive. How am I being aggressive? I'm being pretty calm. You know what I mean? I'm just asking questions.
Why is everybody?
How many guys you got there?
No. What happened?
They're all
Are you
running that broad.
Hey, are you in the middle of an afty party right now? There's a lot of people there. It sounds
No,
like.
we're not. We're here. The Afty Kingz are here. We're here. We're right here enjoying ourselves, listening to your clown ass talking shit.
Okay, I was hoping to speak with Kara. No? Okay, so let me.
Let me tell you something, right? You know what you did for me?
What did we do?
This is what you did for me. You promoted our clubs. You promoted, some of our parties. I have people from Boston calling me, hitting me up on my Facebook, talking about, yo, when can we go down there? You're actually doing me a lot.
Okay, first of all, I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
But here's the thing: whether you like it or not, it's not going to stop. Now, you could keep on with your bullshit and trying to slander us or put us down because that's what you're doing.
Well, it's embarrassing. What you do is a joke.
We came in here with a different. With a different respect. We came here, trying to fill you out, because you have a few valid points, but you're still talking shit.
Okay.
So all you're doing to us is giving us a little bit more promotion. Now I'm reaching out your white media, your white people who are actually going to be like, fun times, thank you. Let's go over there. You know what I'm saying? And come party with us. You're actually making me more money. Like I told you last time, you might buy me my next car.
Okay, first of all, let me just say this. I saw the video.
Are we going to act like grown-ups or we're going to act like kids?
Well, I would say that. Oh, okay. You mean like leaving gigantic piles of trash outside? That's what acting like grown-ups looks like? Come on. Brett, do you have any questions for him?
We're gonna act. Listen, that's her choice. What does that? Listen, not only her choice. That's not only her choice. She's moving.
Oh, so it's okay because she's moving. Okay.
Right now, Medea.
Fuck everybody else who's doing like a sucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? Now, are we here to actually make something out of this? Actually give us some time to really, you know, not even explain ourselves, because I ain't got to explain myself to you, but at least, you know, hear us out. You know, but if we're not here for that, then we can cut this shit short, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're starting to piss me off with your bullshit. Your voice is not better than mine. Trust me, it's not. I have way more people around me than you do. So you can leave that all this shit alone. Leave that shit with somebody else. Come at me with a little respect, and I'll come at you
Okay, Brett, do you have any questions?
with a lot of respect.
Brett, do you have any questions?
I was wondering, do the minors that they serve alcohol and sex, that would be the name is
We all got certain questions. You gonna let us ask our questions?
Well, Brett has a question for you. Brett has a question for you.
So do they just like give you a couple fucking juice boxes and they get into your after parties?
Yeah, Brett.
Because you're known for serving minors, right? They're Afty Kingz.
Fuck an after party. Fucking after party. Why don't you come to the club one of these days?
I go to the club all the time, bro. Do I look like I don't go to the club? I live in the club. I am the club.
Okay,
I am the club. Yeah. You haven't heard about me?
I'm talking about come to our club. How about that?
Bro, I run shit in
Have a good time.
Rutland,
Enjoy yourself. How about you drinks?
dude. I
How about
own
you
the whole
drinks?
town of
I'll let you
Hogan. Yeah. Well, here's my thing.
So that way,
Is that the strip
you
club?
can actually
Or
meet the
what
people
club?
that you're talking shit about.
Okay,
Not a book club, that's for fucking sure.
Brett. Yeah, Brett. So Brett wants to know. Brett was asking you, what's up with them underage
Who the
kids?
fuck is Brett? Who the fuck is Brett?
All right, Brett,
I'm
introduce
talking
yourself.
to you. I wasn't talking to
Well, Brett's my
Brett.
co-host.
Brett to suck my dick. I was talking to you.
Okay,
Huh?
Everybody move ahead then. There, Afty Queen.
yeah. So
I was talking to you. I don't know who Brett is. I give two fucks who Brett is. Unless he's gonna come out here and actually have a conversation with me, man to man, I don't want to hear his mouth. I called to speak to you,
Okay.
and you called to speak to me. Because
Okay.
you asked me for this interview. I never got in contact with
Brett's
you.
got a huge dick, mouth
yeah,
to mouth.
Brett has a huge
That's
cock, I
right.
swear. Yeah, huge.
Put your
I
left
can
on
can
that.
send you a picture of it, my nigga.
I don't
can
wanna
send
see
you
any dick pics.
a picture of it. I kinda actually like dudes.
I think Kara's seen enough of those. So are you guys running train on her right now?
I think your mother's seen enough of it too.
Is that a yes or a no? Are you running train on her as we
What's a
speak?
yes or no? What was it?
Are you running train
I
on
will
her
run
as
train
we
on you.
speak?
He's like,
Definitely. The whole team will fuck you. How about that? The whole team will fuck the shit out of you. I'm telling you, like, we don't discriminate. We do not discriminate.
What
We'll
is
take you down. We're ratchet, right? We're ratchet. You can call it.
What the hell's going on right now? Did they hang up?
Listen, you don't even know. Listen, my dude. I actually like this. You're making it fun. You're making this fun. I like the entertainment. You're a clown. I like the entertainment.
Okay.
So let's keep on going with this clown.
Okay, so
You got, Ron, come on. I mean, Ron, pull up, man. Ron, pull up. What are we really?
Okay,
No,
so
fuck that. He knows what we do. He Googles it. He knows what the fuck we do.
I don't think I do. How many felonies do you have? How many felonies? Okay, so let me ask you the question.
No. How many fellas are on this call?
Oh, is that the herpesaurus? Is that the herpesaurus I hear in the
And then,
background?
what's his name again? What's the other one's name? Hey, listen, do me a favor.
What?
I'm talking to you. Tell Brett to shut the fuck up.
tank plan.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Why did the herpesaurus lose her?
Bitches are leeches, man.
Why did the herpesaurus lose her kids? Why'd she lose her kids?
Why what?
Why'd the herpesaurus lose her kids?
Why she lose her kid? Because you don't get enough dick in your mouth.
That's not an answer. That's a terrible answer.
That's why she lost it, because you don't get enough dick in your mouth.
So
Don't get this
she lost her.
in your mouth.
So she,
Then talk about that.
so she lost her kids because she didn't get enough dick in the mouth. Is that what you're saying?
What's your problem with that? Come on. Hey, listen. Listen.
Never lost my kid.
Listen.
You did lose your kids. I heard her in the bathroom. You did lose your kids. You lost all your kids. You're a terrible mother. You're a terrible mother. You're a joke of a mother.
Herpesaurus miscreated. That's a good one.
You lost all your kids. You know where my kids are right now? They're upstairs sleeping Because I'm a real parent. Unlike you, you're a joke parent. You're a freaking joke. You freaking threw 2 kids outside of your stench trench, and you gave them welfare, and then you lost them to the state. That's what you are, because you want to live the Afty King life. You're a fucking joke. You're a welfare rat joke. You guys are fucking jokes.
Oh, welfare.
Yo, I hear you. I hear you there, Herpesaurus. Put the Herpesaurus on the phone. Enough of these games. Enough of the games. Put her on. Put her on.
Like a white boy.
Put her on. Where did the Herpesaurus go? Did she hang up?
I think they ran out of Obama minutes.
Oh, yeah. The Obama phones ran out. The Obama phones ran out. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Dude, that phone call just put my ears on EBT.
Yeah.
I know you. Like, come on.
I was
come
being
on.
nice.
That actually hurt me. That hurt me.
I was
to
being
the-
nice. Now
to
it's
the
time to
core.
rip into them. Like, as soon as I start pointing out that you're a freaking gutter muppet, and I stopped, because I was being nice. Let's agree. Right? We all agree I was being nice there. I've been a lot meaner before. I'm asking them questions, all this shit, and they want to, like, do this. I'm like, okay, let's get that. Okay, so why did she lose her kids? Why did she lose her kids? Why'd you lose your kids?
No one lost their kids.
So
First of all, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
We've been answering a whole bunch of your questions. I have one question.
Shoot, ask it.
Okay? You sitting here putting all this stuff on the internet,
Yeah,
spreading rumors about people that
Facts.
you have no facts over.
I got tons
So
of
why
facts.
can't you do the interview with us before you sit there and put all this big bullshit up?
These aren't rumors. These are facts, honey. You got
She
arrested.
never lost
You
her
got
kid.
arrested.
She never lost her kid.
Yes, where are they? Do they live there? I don't think so. No, they don't. So she did.
No, they don't live there. They don't have it.
That file was right.
And if it lost my check, the kid has nothing to do with this conversation.
Yeah, it has to do with her being a shitty mother. It has to do with her being a freaking gutter
But
muppet.
no kid has to do with any of this situation.
It has
So
everything
you
to do
keep
with
on
it.
bringing up
It has
kids, and that's why
everything.
you got hold on. I'm talking about 2 seconds.
It has
You
everything
were
to
talking about
be.
kids, but didn't you lose your job? Didn't you lose your
No,
job?
I didn't lose my job. I didn't lose my job.
And then you're stalking her?
No, I
And then
didn't.
You're stalking her?
No,
Then
I
you're
didn't.
stalking them, right?
No.
So now why don't we talk?
You got receipts? Because I got receipts on your bitch. I got receipts. I don't got a case.
Fly in the wall.
What case?
Nothing to do with the kids.
Dude,
What
that's
case?
all the song. That's
What
all
case?
the
Listen,
song.
you guys
How
are
many kids did you molest while you were in prison?
zero,
How many
zero,
kids you molested?
zero,
How many
zero,
kids did you paralyze?
zero,
Huh?
zero.
Can
You
tell me?
got receipts? Because I got
Zero.
receipts on your
Wait,
bitch.
you got a whole case all over the internet.
Oh, I don't. Oh, really? Show me the link. You ain't got shit. That's all we got. What was that? Look at.
Just because you said that.
Okay, here's the bottom line. Your friend is a whore. Your friend Kara is a whore. All right? She gets pounded by every dirty dick in Springfield. She gave up her kids so she can live the Afty Kingz life, and she looks like she's 59 years fucking old, and she's 24. She's a fucking joke. You're all a fucking joke.
15-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought she went out of the tracks and went to
So,
college.
That's right. You got
so
a
she
whole
lost
case
all of
now.
her kids. Just to be clear, she lost all of her kids, right? Just to be
That's
clear.
talking about kids.
She lost all of her kids because she's a shitty
I'm
mother.
talking about
She's a
kids. Why
shitty
you
mother.
ignoring my question?
She's a
Why you
shitty
ignoring
mother.
my question? Listen, bro. Listen. You don't get too fucked. I don't even know who you are. You hit me up for an interview, so obviously I'm important in your life. Keep me in your life. Keep me in your circle. Keep talking about the Afty Kingz because you're giving me nothing but publicity out here and everywhere else, all over wherever they see your punk ass show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And tell all your man you can suck my dick and come see me at Shadow Lounge. All right? It's good.
Afty.
Yeah, no one wants to go to your parties. Your parties are terrible.
10 minutes in the morning. All right, bye.
All right, peace.
Shut up,
Wait,
bitch.
wait a minute. So what I want to know is, can I be there on a Tuesday night, Monday night? Like, what night of the week can I be at the After Kingz party?
Yeah, and that,
Don't go on trash day.
ladies and gentlemen, right there, that's where you.
Don't go on trash day.
Yeah, seriously.
Or the day before trash day.
Jesus Christ, man.
I love the reasoning. I love the reasoning.
That apartment has
So I love the reasoning behind that too, by the way, that there's a gigantic pile of trash there because she's moving out, aka she was evicted. And, you know, when people move out, of course, they leave, you know, gigantic, you know, piles of trash up to the ceiling. That's a perfectly normal thing to do. Perfectly normal. So anyway, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, so I've never had like a whole gangbang at once. That's what they were doing over there, right? Okay, so let's talk.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Yeah.
He was pivot man at the buffet.
Yeah. So, all right. Next up on the agenda is the Missionary Margaret here selling a used couch. So this is being posted in some Foxborough yard sale group. She says, "I need this." The girl's name is Shay Reagan. So we're off to a bad start because she's already got 2 last names. All right. "I need this sold." Caps lock. Unfortunately, this is in a storage unit. Literally, we pay for storage every month on only this couch. All right, so stop it right there. How much does a storage unit cost per month? What do you guys think?
$40, I would say.
That's
40,
it?
$50.
No. If you go to a decent place, you're getting charged quite a bit. So I mean, she's probably paid for that couch. I mean, if she's been there for a year, she's definitely paid for the couch already.
That's what I'm saying.
Guaranteed.
It's like
Guaranteed.
I would guess like at least $100. I mean, all right. So you got a couch that you couldn't fit into your apartment. For some reason, that's a thing that happened. I don't know how. Oops, it doesn't fit. Oh, well, we're going to put it in storage for a while. All right. And so it's sitting there and she goes.
That's why you get rid of it real quick.
Exactly. I'm sad to see it go, but tired of paying for a storage unit we don't need. The Bernie and Phil's L-shaped sectional is about a year old, bought in the store. So it's been sitting there for a year, probably collecting dust and crap like that. And then she writes a little caveat there. It's gray, it's fabric material, no low blows. I'm sorry, but this is not the couch for you if you're a single mom in an abusive relationship or don't have any money. So, that's an interesting thing to say. And we got a lot of crap for this, believe it or not. A lot of people were like upset with us. Like, dude, this is like she was kidding around. What do you guys think? Intern first, go.
I don't.
Oh man, that's one of those ones that shit. Like it's great to have a really funny, post and everything, but I don't know. I mean, look, if she's completely joking around, that's 100% honest. I don't think it is, but if it is, that's kind of a low blow. Yet still kind of funny, but. I don't think why would you put that up there? Yeah. You're trying to get rid of the damn thing, right?
Well, yes, that too. Yeah. What do you think, Brett? Is she kidding around or not?
I don't get the joke. Like I like shit that offends people, but I just don't.
Totally.
It just seems so fucking random.
Yeah.
If you're a single mom getting smacked around or ain't got any money, this ain't the couch for you because it's gray and fabric.
Yeah.
Like usually you see that on like car advertisements when. And they're like, hey, this thing's been through more mud than your mother's fucking, whatever.
Yeah, your mother's whatever.
I've always seen
when it's funny about stuff like, but come on, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you always see the ads on Marketplace with the little one-line joke in them somewhere, and you go, oh yeah, but you're asking too much or whatever. That just seems like an insanely odd fucking thing to add.
Yeah,
especially in Newton.
Yeah,
and then when you look at her pictures. She looks like the type of broad that she'd be sucking your dick and then pop it out of her mouth and ask you something random. Be like, Mom. Is the post office open Tuesday? I was wondering if birds have to sleep and then just go back to sucking like randomly.
Is the post office?
Doesn't she have that look? Go to the second picture.
I know. Is the post office open
right there.
Tuesday?
She's gonna. Did you see Friends last night?
Yeah. Did you see Friends?
God, that Chandler puppy.
So. I don't know what Turtle Riders are thinking in the comments. All right, what you guys have to say about this. If you guys thought it was a joke too. A lot of people got mad at us about it. Like, dude, this is like fucked up. Like, she's obviously kidding. I've tried selling stuff in there. You don't know. It's like, okay, so I've seen the whole single mom shtick thing that, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of ratchets in Facebook Marketplace. And they'll be like, oh, I'm single mom. I don't have the money for it, blah, blah, blah. I get the frustration. But why not just say, I can't go below this, and I don't want to hear your sob story. Like, it doesn't matter. I cannot go below it. Instead, she has to just be like, no single moms. As if all single moms cannot afford this. Okay? If it's a joke, it was really poorly executed. Let me just say that. And I feel like a lot of people are just making excuses on her behalf. And so anyway, this is what the chick writes. I'm going to follow up, right? She goes, FYI, I'm a single mom too. But it's not an excuse to completely low blow someone with a sob story. So she's a single mom too. even though there's a guy in all the pictures with her too. Beta male Barry, right? He's in all the images with her too. So he claims, there they are in a cage with the crotch fruit, etc. She's a Bulls fan. It makes a lot of sense. This is what else she writes. She goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are that," and this is what she writes on her page. "Are you that butthurt? LMAO. I'm a single mom and from a domestic abusive relationship, and not once did I use it as an excuse to get shit for free or at least a highly discounted rate. The only messages I were getting about the couch were sob stories. I'm sorry, every one of you, but is butthurt. But move on with your lives. Could I have used nicer words? Sure, but so what? I've been there and done that, so my sensitivity to it is pretty low. Simply say, I don't have money instead of giving a sob story." Okay, so then she goes on to say, she goes, "I've been
My cum stains are only appropriate for people who are affluent.
Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to sell it since we
My previous cum stains are only there for people who are affluent."
Yes, exactly. Nice. I've been trying to sell it since we moved here in January. $130 a month for $130 a month for storage for only this couch. I have a ton of people messaging me about being a single mom and only having $200 and stuff, or like a recovering addict, have no money. And I'm like, this is not the couch for you then. LOL. This was my first grown-up purchase. It makes me so sad. My first grown-up purchase is a couch. That's fantastic. Like, yeah, I got a couch like from Bernie and Felton. How much does a sectional even cost? What does that cost? From a brand new one from Bernie and Phil's, like $3,000, $4,000. What do you think?
Way less. You can walk out there. Exactly.
I don't know. This ain't Bob's, man. You guys haven't been furniture shopping in a while, have you?
No, I just see the commercials.
Shit's expensive, man. It's overpriced, that shit. So anyway, she bought it, and she's like, this is my first big purchase. Well, it's not really your first big purchase because it's been sitting in storage because you're the dumbass who bought a couch without realizing it couldn't get up your stairs. Quite frankly, her whole story doesn't make any sense at all. According to her, she spent $130 a month for a year. That comes out to like, what? $1,500 she probably spent on storage alone, and that's what she wants. It's like, no. So anyway, I didn't think she was kidding at all. Let's give her a call, shall we? Was it Shay Regan?
Sure. She also looks like the type of bitch.
There's no way she's going to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Right? She's got
can't pick up the phone.
Dispenser of those Plan B pills, so every morning she just pops one of those. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Baby killing pill.
Yeah, the people that eat the
baby killer pill.
The baby killer.
Right, isn't that what it is?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Machine, fucking suck that fucking down in the morning. It grinds the little bastard up. Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, she should have just had him throw it into the couch.
I'll just call her on here. Let me call her.
She should just give it to the Afty Kingz.
Yeah, I give it to the Afty Kingz. They'll take care of it. Let me call her up on this. I'll call her on my phone.
Picture, bro.
Yeah. Shay
Brand new
Regan.
baby, bro.
Let's see. Shay Regan. She messaged yesterday talking about internet lawsuits, so we need to speak with her. Let's give her a call. Shay.
Bro.
Dude, she's from Newton. There's no way she's going to pick up.
Is she? Is that where she's from?
Busy trailing across the fucking floor right now like a dog with worms.
All right, let's give her a buzz.
Goodbye.
All right, she kept her profile up. I mean, oh, good lord. We're having a little fupa situation. You see how ratchet you are? You shouldn't talk about us because we can get super ratchet and go to you. Yeah. Oh, I know you can get super ratchet because you are super ratchet. You are super ratchet, Afty Kingz.
Breaking news.
Yeah. It was pointless talking to them because they couldn't even they just wanted to yell. This is a civilized conversation we have here, at Turtleboy Sports. Let's give her a call.
They were all doing lines off the 24-year-old stretch marks. And her bent over, opening beers up with her butthole.
Let's see if she answers the phone.
We gotta hire the Afty Kingz for a turtle party.
I know. All right, so she's not answering. So, let's see what Turtle Writers say. You guys think she was kidding or not? Did we go too far with her? Did we take her too literally? You tell me. Let's see what people are saying. She's got fake class, unlike the Afty Queefs. Okay. She probably takes the morning after pill with mimosa. True. With her Bloody Mary. which is very appropriate. Is this a couch auction? Let's see. Bristol slammed.
How much for the cup?
Yeah, let's see what else people saying. Keep them as a side convo. Yeah, I'll definitely keep them as a side convo. She was not kidding. She's a douche. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's what I figured. A lot of people are like, oh, Turtleboy, how do you do that? All right. Anyway, let's go on to the next topic, shall we? And that is Judge Booty. So this.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about this.
Oh,
So anyway,
what a horrible, horrible person.
yeah, brief overview of this one. If you haven't seen it, it's all over the news. We blogged about this like 4 months ago. A judge in Newton let out a criminal, right, an illegal immigrant who is he's not the guy cleaning your gutters, right, or working the fields. He's here to be a piece of shit, and he came here and he's gotten arrested for a DUI in Pennsylvania. He's selling drugs in Massachusetts. He gets called in front of a judge in Newton, which is his lucky day, because the judge calls up his defense attorney because ICE is either out, I think is right outside the courtroom waiting to detain him. He's been deported twice previously. I guess that's the thing you can do. You can just get deported and just come back in. How does that happen? It's like, fucking come back, who cares? So he comes back in. Instead of just keeping his nose clean, he's like, I'm going to keep selling drugs and shit because fuck it. There's no rules in this state anyway. And then the judge invites his defense attorney up. It's like, yo, ICE is here. We don't want him to get deported. So here's what we're going to do. And she forgets to turn her microphone off. She turns it off at the end after all the incriminating stuff has happened. And she tells the bailiff there, the court officer, what are we going to do about him? Let's bring him downstairs, take him out the back door, have him jump the fence, and then he's freaking Wellesley's problem, So he does that, and this happened like 4 months ago. I totally forgot about it. Do you guys remember the story when it first happened?
Yep.
Yeah, and I thought
He was saying you need an extra day, or how do we delay this and all that? Just totally going against every law supposed to uphold.
Exactly, and bottom line is, she ends up getting indicted by the United States Attorney, who, of course, works for the federal government, which, of course, is run by Donald Trump. And so, to me, this is like vindication. This is to me, the new sheriffs in town. We live in the most corrupt state in the Union, Massachusetts. And this...
Oh, it's horrible.
Right.
Horrible.
This is I wasn't surprised at this. Were you surprised when before the indictment happened? Were you surprised the judge would do something like this?
I'm surprised that she got indicted. That's the surprise.
She wasn't indicted by the state government. She was indicted by the feds. So what I'm saying here is that,
but still, in the long run, I'm sure they would have shielded her from everything because this is the shield everybody from everything fucking state.
Well, but it's
ridiculous.
Not the state. It's the federal government now that's doing it. So my point here is that yes, of course, I didn't think anything was going to come of this because who's going to hold her accountable? Maura Healey? Fuck no. These people all think the same way. They believe in sanctuary cities and the like and all that stuff. And so, you just figured she did this because she knew she could get away with it. And, by the way, she's a Deval Patrick appointee. And that shows how useless he is. We all know Tall Deval is anything but a Republican, obviously. Yeah, exactly. He's friggin' useless. And so, finally, Trump's people come in and save the day, don't they? They come in here and they decide this woman's going to be held accountable. God bless you. We saw what happened in Chicago, right? With Jussie Smollett. That's what happens.
Yeah, that worked out well.
When you have no federal oversight, when these corrupt cities and states can just do whatever they want, that's what they do. They cannot be trusted, right? So, finally, Trump comes in, his people come in and save the day, etc. Do you have any thoughts on this, intern? On her indictment.
Oh my God, I have plenty of thoughts. It's I know people that are on every side of this right now, and it's ridiculous.
Every
it really
side
is
what
honestly
side is there?
Fundamentally ridiculous. That and then you have people backing them up, like the Attorney General of fucking the Commonwealth, backing her up, saying, "Oh no, this shouldn't have happened." Go fuck yourself.
Well, they're saying it's overreach. They're like, this should have been left up to the states.
Oh, overreach?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, well, first of all, your entire position on guns is overreach. Second of all, were you going to do something, Maura Healey? No, of course you weren't. So what the fuck choice did they have? What choice did they have? Brett, what are your thoughts?
It's the whole thing's a save your face, keep me elected, that type of bullshit. And the crazy part is with judges, they're elected forever.
They're not even elected, appointed.
I'm
Yes.
sorry,
So,
elected, appointed, whatever.
Yeah, same shit.
They're there forever.
Yeah.
All they have to do is not fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's their whole life.
Yeah, and they can fuck up too. And she fucked up. Like, this happens all over the state, right? Like, these judges keep releasing these criminals. Like, Michael Chestnut was killed by a guy who should have been in jail. He was arrested like a couple weeks before for selling freaking drugs in a park. Right? We saw another, like Sean Gannon's killer.
Hey, jail didn't work for him. Jail didn't work for him, or any one of the other ones.
Who didn't?
Yeah, the jail didn't work.
Yeah,
for him.
Exactly. Jail wasn't working. Ron Tarantino was killed because jail did not work for Jorge Zambrano, according to Joe Early. It's just like one after another. These people are never
piece of shit girlfriend too. And I hope she's listening. I fucking hate her.
Oh.
She's the most.
Which one? Trashy?
God awful.
Lasapi Ho?
La Slappy
Yes.
Ho piece of. She can go. Oh, fucking rotten hell. I'm sorry. I hate to go off on a fucking tangent, but she can go.
It sounds personal.
Literally kill herself.
Yeah, I like it. What do you think, Brett?
It's just it just baffles me that the ego and shit that some of these judges in our state have.
Yeah.
So like just to think that, all right, not only can I get away with this, I will.
Yeah.
And you'll back me up. You won't tell no one. Oops, but I forgot to turn my microphone off.
Yeah, exactly.
And then have people back her up. And then on top of that, this GoFundMe fucking thing, which is the most insane part to me.
Yeah.
That a lawyer can then start a defense fund.
Yeah, let's
for
talk
a
about
judge.
that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, to me, that's the most insane part about this is that this guy from Needham, Alan Fanger, who is an attorney who only, if you look at the type of law he practices, he pretty much only represents rich people. Like, not shit that you and I are, like estates and like, this guy ain't cheap either.
I'm just an intern. He won't represent me.
Exactly.
God, no.
So he wants to raise $750,000, and he got 13 minutes ago a $5,000 anonymous donation just came in. That is insane. 13 minutes ago.
Shelley Baker.
Yeah, and it says Shelley Richmond Joseph, is a judge sitting in the District Court Division of Massachusetts, was indicted on federal court on charges of obstruction of justice relating to a case involving an undocumented immigrant and an agent of ICE who were present in the courthouse. The case represents monumental prosecutorial overreach and has placed Judge Joseph, who's been suspended without pay, boo-hoo, pending the disposition of the case, in a position of having to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars to afford a quality legal defense to federal charges to carry out. Okay, so the irony of this all, by the way, first of all, notice she makes $184,000 a year. The court officer, who was also indicted in this, makes like $80-something thousand a year. They didn't start a GoFundMe for him. Just for the chick making $184,000. I'd like to point that out. Second of all, how many people come into her courtroom every day, defendants, who can't afford an attorney, right? But they're going to raise, I've never seen anything so elitist, $750,000 for this freaking woman making $184,000 a year. Now keep in mind, this guy, Fanger, he practices law in several courthouses, including Newton. So he could potentially see her in court. What do you think, Brett? Is that fair?
No, how is that? I forget the fucking word. The inappropriate or whatever the fuck. Conflict of interest. It's like a million
conflict of interest. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, how the fuck can you? Oh yeah, let's save this judge, and then down the road be like, hey, remember that time with the ICE thing?
Yeah.
Just raised all that money.
Yeah, hook it up.
Not guilty.
Yeah, like picture going against her in court, right? You got against him in court. You got no chance. Like, he's the guy that fucking saved her ass, with the GoFundMe to get her a good attorney, And seeing her cry, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I kind of felt bad, but I'm like, nah, fuck it. She needs to be made an example of. And I'm glad these people are sweating their face off. I'm glad, because it's like, oh shit. And that right there is why I'm fucking Trump 2020, baby, all the way. because I love watching these people sweat. They're not getting away with this shit anymore. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, even look at that in the bottom in all caps. We request all donations be anonymous. So you want people to be sneaky about it. You know what I mean? You don't want... Now, if this is something I believed in and I have $5,000, I want my fucking name on it that I gave $5,000 toward a cause I believe in.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not let me slide this $5,000 under the door. You know what I mean? That seems leaky by itself, too.
The whole thing seems unethical that this even allowed to go on. So we will see. Look at this freaking schmuck. Oh, good God. So anyway, let's go on to the next topic, shall we? And that is Dank Nug Dustin up in the Berg. This shit had me laughing my ass off. So there was a home invasion in Fitchburg, which somebody got shot. Pretty standard. I mean, that's not exactly news. People get shot a lot in Fitchburg during home invasions. But I think we all know, like, home invasions, right, intern, they don't happen to normal people, do they? You ever been home invaded?
No. I haven't had a B&E on me in a long time.
Yeah. Like, I guess...
No, that's two different things. That's two different sports, man. B&E and home invasion.
Right. Oh, yeah, totally. Like, a B&E could happen to anyone. You could get jumped. You could get robbed.
This is when you pipe down, intern. I got...
Yeah, you go ahead, Brett. You're the expert in this
This is
field.
all Brett. This is all Brett. You pipe down, you.
Yeah. So, Brett, what are your thoughts?
No one in the history of anything has ever been home invaded for no reason.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
not,
Ever.
hey, let's just go kick in this ice house's door. You know that there's drugs or money or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a pre-planned crime. No guns. You don't want home invasions where you're going up. No.
And by the way,
If they got guns,
I want to
in the doorway.
clear something up because people are saying, "Didn't you have a home invasion on?" No, that wasn't a home invasion. That was just a robbery. Like, I was sleeping and I left the door open. I didn't lock the door, and somebody came into my bedroom, and at like 4 a.m, he was wasted, and I was sleeping, and he's like, "Yo, give me the keys to your car, and I won't kill you." And I thought I was dreaming. I'm like, "Dude, what the hell? What the hell's going on here?" I'm like, I don't know where my keys are. And he goes, "I'll give you 1 minute to find them." And then he walked out of the room. I barricaded the room and I called the cops. That's not the same thing as a home invasion. A home invasion is when somebody comes into your house, kicks open the door with guns, and is like, "Yo, give me all your shit." And they know
Give me everything.
And they're there, they know what they're looking for. Like, they're there because you're the guy selling drugs. And this guy just says it on news. It's one of the most fantastic things I've ever heard. Check it out.
No, honestly, I grow pot. Straight fact.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
Hey, at least he's honest.
Yeah, let me pull it up on the bigger one. Let's see. Straight facts. I wanted to get this guy on live so bad. I messaged him, but I doubt we're going to get all of them. He would be a great guest. Dank Nug Dustin. Yeah.
He's higher than a giraffe's pussy right now, somewhere, staring at an orange and shit.
Hey, this was the trifecta that got the first person on live.
What was this? Us three?
To call him out. Yeah, us three. Like many months ago. That was the best thing ever. Am I right, Brett? Am I right?
I feel like we've.
Papa?
Well, I feel like we've been getting people on for like a couple of years. No, we had strippers on.
Yeah, it goes back all the way to that popped in the pussy bra.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones. The pussy popping broad.
I pops that pussy.
Pops that pussy, yeah.
She was awesome. We need to get back with her.
Yeah.
If she wants to make a video with the Afty Kingz.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's finally loading. Here's the video. Fupa computer acting up, of course. Come on. Play. You motherfucker. All right, here we go. Come on. This doesn't want to... I don't fucking know. It's being stupid. It's awesome. Come on. It's like a 2-second freaking video. I'm going to kill this fucking computer. Try it over here.
He needs to be in the next remake of Scooby-Doo Gang, whatever. That little burnout.
Yeah, let me play it. Come on, play. It's a freaking... Here it is.
You know, honestly, I grow pot.
Honestly, I grow pot.
Straight facts.
Straight facts. So he goes, honestly, I grow pot. Straight facts. I've never heard that term before. Straight facts. I think I need to start using it. Yo, straight facts. Straight facts. It's like, I think we all could tell you grew pot, dude. Honestly, most people just don't admit it on the news. But this
We
guy's
already
like,
knew that.
yeah, fuck it. So here's his interview afterwards. Check this out. This is even better. I wouldn't say it's even better, but it's pretty funny.
He is a crusty motherfucker.
All of a sudden, I heard another bang on the door, and then two dudes came in with guns, and they were like, "Get on the ground."
Released from the hospital nursing a sprained ankle, Dustin DePaul recounting the terrifying moments just before noontime inside his apartment here on Chester Street in Fitchburg.
The other guy was like, "Shoot him with the gun! Shoot him with the gun! I'll grab, give me the gun, I'll shoot him."
The 24-year-old fighting with but concern for his roommate.
The bottom line here is I'm glad I didn't get shot, but, definitely worried about my boy.
Definitely worried about my boy. I'm glad I didn't get shot. Like, it just my boy got shot. That guy sucks. If you're still a grown man using the term "my boy," when referring to your friends, you almost definitely grow pot. I already knew that about you. So anyway, straight facts is now my favorite saying ever. You guys have any more thoughts on this gentleman?
His hair looks like it's allergic to shampoo.
Did you see? Did you see his reviews? Did you see the places that he reviewed on Facebook?
What is it? Oh yeah, he's crying at police departments.
Yes.
You shouldn't be bugging me because of my hair and weed, man.
Yeah, this is what he actually writes. He's got 2 reviews.
You ever go to the police department on me?
Yeah. So he's from New Hampshire.
Man.
He moved to
Did
Fitchburg.
you ever review the police station? Did you ever review the police station on weed?
Yeah. And he goes, this department will ask you, Merrimack Police, this department will ask you about marijuana with zero proof. I gotta do it in stoner voice. This department will ask you about marijuana with zero proof to back up their suspicion and treat you like a heroin addict for having a grinder for the cannabis, despite its decriminalization. Not cool. And then Hampstead Police, you guys are so cool. It must be nice to contribute to the downfall of modern society. Thank God I'm moving to Massachusetts. Well, you're moving to Fitchburg, dude. That's not exactly... you're better off in Fitchburg. Up in New Hampshire, rather. So, let me see if Dustin can answer. I don't have high hopes for Dustin. We'll give it a shot, but...
Dude, and crying about the cops asking about weed. Look at you,
Yeah.
Shaggy, too dumb. You
and
look like a walking roach. Of course they're going to ask you if you got fucking weed
Yes.
on you, you little burnout.
And I'd like to point out, you did get shot over weed. Let's not over... it's like, you actually... There's a
Let's not ignore the fact.
I'm definitely pro-marijuana.
You know he's freaking out with this dial tone that's going on, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, who's
Yeah.
coming back on me?"
I'm definitely in favor of marijuana, but I'd like to point out that your roommate literally got shot because you sell pot. You admitted that, and let's give him a call. I messaged him this morning. Let's see if he answers.
He's the kind of fucking little drug dumpster that he's watching cops on TV and hides his weed in the couch. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just because of the TV.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. So anyway, I don't know if he's gonna answer.
On weed.
Did you ever hang out with Afty Kingz?
Yeah.
You ever hang out with Afty Kingz? On
weed.
All right. Let's see if they're answering. Let's go on to the next topic. If we can reach Dustin, we'll reach him. If not, the last topic is the Marlboro shower queefs. Good God, this.
These motherfuckers.
Yeah, this one's kind of gross. All right, so
Actual fucking crime.
I pulled when I was first told that we had somebody in the inbox with the story about showering going on and stuff like that with your kids. I'm like, okay, I don't want to judge parents that mean well and stuff like that. And so we got a message basically saying that there's a dad who is showering with his kid who's 5 or 6 and his girlfriend's kid who is 6 going on 7. and posting it on InstaFace. So, and he writes, I'll just show you what's going on here. And I don't want to judge parents, and that's why I'm like, kind of like, you know, want to be careful with this. This is what he writes. He posts this picture of, and we've blacked out everything we could. This was actually on social media, of another kid. He's holding him in the shower, and there they are.
It's racist.
And he writes, "Never too old to have shower time with your boys." I disagree with that statement. I definitely think there is a too old. Especially, and this is the creepy part, especially if Dada is in control of the water temp, except for one problem. For the other kid, you're not Dada. All right, let's be clear about that. Now, Brett, you have kid, you've got crotch roots. You ever shower with your kids?
No, not once.
Not once.
Now, like when they were real little, maybe go in, hey, you fucking washing up, or do the little fucking assholes hair right quick and get out. But no, not sitting there swinging dicks with the little motherfuckers in the shower.
Yeah, it was definitely bizarre. Like, I've done it once because, all right, so I've taken a tub with my daughter, but I wore my bathing suit, right? And it was just it was a matter of like I needed to shower, and I couldn't, like, she was too young at the time to just leave unattended, and you know it was just me and her, and so I'm like, just take a fucking bath. I just jumped in the tub in my bathing suit, you know. And the other with my son, I was another situation where I needed to freaking shower. It was disgusting, and he needed a bath, so I'm like, fuck it. I just went in the shower. I held him, and I'm not gonna lie, it was weird, and I'll never do it again. And he was like, 11, 12 months old, maybe a little old in a year, and it was weird. It's fucking weird. And I've never
posed for pictures.
No, I definitely didn't pose for pictures, and that's another thing that's bizarre about this, right? Because somebody took the fucking pictures. Like these aren't selfies. And not only did they take the pictures, they then post them on social media with the creepiest tagline ever. And so it's like, so we threw it out there and we asked Turtle Riders, like, do you think this is weird? And we got a lot of mixed responses. Some people are like, I still showered my kid, when they were like 4 or 5, same gender. We saw a lot of that as long as they're the same gender. Then again, who are you to assume their gender? So shame on you if you actually said that. Very transphobic. Yeah. So
shame on you for assuming a gender.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you just assume my girlfriend's kid's gender?
Yeah. Now you look at this guy, and the emailer said that acts like he's like the king of Marblehead, and he's got this little chick who's probably 10, 15 years younger than him. Who knows? And she's got her crotch fruit, and he's got his. And there they are, they're living a good life, etc. It's just fucking weird, man. I was hesitant to give the green light on this one simply because I'm like, you're kind of accusing a guy of being a deviant, kind of like without saying that. And I want to make it clear that, like, I'm not saying that this guy is a sexual deviant. He could be, I don't know. I'm certainly not saying that. However, it's fucking weird, don't you think, intern?
I'll say it. There's something wrong with him, dude. No, never in a fucking million years would I ever think it's okay to take a dicks out shower picture with my girlfriend's fucking 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Never. Now, say you did take the shower with the little freak. That's weird enough. Like, and I just heard, hey, what'd you do? Oh, no, I'll be over in a little while. I got to finish taking a shower with my girlfriend's 7-year-old. That might strange enough.
So I kind of have... Oh, I'm sorry, go on.
Go ahead.
No, just to do it by itself under the cover of darkness would be creepy enough.
Yeah.
But to make a party out of it, and mom's in there taking pictures to put on Instagram.
Yep.
And they're not blocking out schmeckles or nothing, just swinging.
Yep, just swinging out there.
Have these kid dicks. That's some pornography or whatever. You should be in jail for that.
Like,
no?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Baby peckers on the internet?
Well, he was holding the kid against his body, too. So it's like
that makes it better.
Like the cock is going into his body. Like, that's terrible. Like, you want to turn the kid around. I don't know. I guess it's weird to turn the kid around. It's just like the kid's fucking straddling him, man. It's like weird. Like, and he sees your shit. It's like, come on. I agree with you, Brett. There's something ain't right with you if you do something like that.
You just said turn it around. That was the creepiest thing I ever heard you say.
Yeah, and Saint Shamrock is right. This is the exact same shit. That's how they caught Sandusky, by the way. That's how they caught him. Is they showering with kids, right? And it's just, and they weren't his kids, obviously. And that's how they first, were tipped off to this guy being a freaking deviant, is the showering shit. I'm sorry, but like, never. You can't do it ever. And I feel like even past the age like 2 or 3 for kids, it's like, no, that shit needs to end. You can't fucking do it. Am I wrong, intern?
I am absolutely in the same scenario as this person or thing or whatever. I won't even. No, as in like a girlfriend and a son and everything like that.
Right?
And I wouldn't even so far as, nothing. Like it wouldn't even cross my mind as that being a fucking thing. Let alone like, throwing that on social media and everything else. It's just beyond me that like.
Now let me ask you.
Even if he drops his fucking towel, I'm like, oh my god, pick that fucking up and get the hell out of here, dude. Like, put some clothes on.
Camera, click.
Now let me ask you.
Yeah, that's not the last thing. Yeah, that's the last thing I said. I was like, oh, let me get my camera.
Yeah.
Why don't you hold that position?
Grab a count real quick. Pull your pecker out, kid.
Yeah.
Now
Why don't you spread your cheeks?
intern, let me ask you, right? So your girlfriend has a crotch fruit, right, around that age or whatever. Now, would she ever be like, yo, let me photograph this shit for you and put it on Instagram?
Not in a billion years.
Never. Okay, so that's not a normal thing.
Never.
Okay, that's
Never.
interesting. Okay.
Never. Never.
Yeah.
I don't care even if I was in the picture or not. Never.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, this chick, of course, has fake tits. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's actually I'm a big fan of fake tits. But she's a housewife. And, of course, you go on there and you search for her name. And it's just like, just a heads up, I hired a home cleaner a few weeks ago. Her name's Natalia Stride. Long story short, I left her money, $80 plus a $20 extra at my home. She was supposed to clean. When I arrived home, she didn't complete it. I contacted her. Basically, long story short, she ends up blocking her, doesn't return any of the money, doesn't do shit. And lesson learned, and that's what she does. Then you go on here. She's still got her friggin' thing up on care.com. Like, first of all, it looks like you're hiring a hooker. I mean, I hate to say it. Obviously, she's not a hooker. Just want to make that clear. I don't want to get sued. But, it seems kind of like the whole thing about, like, yo, come over your house and I'm looking nuts. Like, why would you put a picture like this if I'm going to come and clean your house? Like, that's like a fuck me face, no?
That's the pipe cleaning face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I clean my house any day.
Yeah.
Clean your balls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, anyway. Clean. Exactly. All right, why don't we ask Turtle Riders if they have any questions now on any of these topics, anything you guys want to ask us, fire away. I'm an open game. Open book, rather.
Someone asked, when intern showers with his girlfriend's son, do they wear the same shorts or go au natural? Intern? Is that?
I plead the fifth.
Drank a bit.
Yeah.
That's no excuse.
Let's talk abortion. Now I think I'll pass.
Oh my god.
How goes the court?
It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this? I'm nowhere near it.
Good.
I'm in a completely different room on the other side, maybe even a whole zip code away, jerking off. And they can do their own thing.
All right. Somebody asks, how goes the court battles? Pain in the ass, man. This shit's a pain in the ass. This guy George Leontire, he's got nothing. I mean, I assume this is his major case he's working on. She's probably paying him a shitload of money, and he's got Google George Leontire, New Bedford, and you'll see all the shit that comes up about him. This is what this guy does, all right? This is how he makes a living. This guy lives to be a pest, essentially. And he, in my opinion, is wasting the court's time, is abusing the court system, and is just a professional bully. In my opinion, he's taking fees from this woman on a case that is going to go nowhere ultimately, but they are out for blood, these people, and they want to see us killed. So that's why we appreciate all your support. The Ryan Waters one, we filed the motion to dismiss. We're waiting to hear back from the judge. There is another case filed against me in a court, and I haven't talked about this much, but there's 10 other people, 10 turtle riders who are on this lawsuit. This lawsuit was filed in November, and I was not even aware about it until one of the women, it's me and 10 chicks, all right? One of the women who's a turtle rider was put on it as well, and I'm not going to get too into the details about the case or anything like that. And she's like, yeah, it's been filed. And she sent me the thing. It's like 156 pages complaint. Now, I've never been served. And this is like 4 weeks ago I found out about it. None of them have been served either. None of us have been served. But the case was filed in November. And obviously it took a lot of work. It's 156 pages. It's just sitting there. So we're all kind of sitting there like twiddling our thumbs like, is it coming? Is it coming? Me and 10 turtle rider chicks are all being sued right now. Technically, I've never seen anything like this, and just waiting to see. I don't know if this guy's like afraid to pull the trigger, or if he doesn't have the money to do it. Who knows? But welcome to my life. It's terrible. Can you
Gaffney's there sitting, pulling his putt.
Yeah,
that seems to be the new thing. You don't have to serve your restraining orders, court
seriously.
cases, nothing. If you find out, show up, great. If you don't, we'll just put a default. Yep. That's what they did to me. That's what they're doing to you. It's fucking bullshit.
Yep. People say to me, what else are people saying? Can you, people are asking me, what are they going to, they said, can you just defend yourself? No, I can't. Because when you own a company, like I own a company, LLC, they sue the company, and the company is required to pay an attorney. Now, my question would be, which I still haven't gotten a legal answer to, right, is like, what if I literally can't afford an attorney? If the company can't afford an attorney, what happens? You just get a judgment against you? Like, what do you have to do? And
are you an indignant company?
But the company can't be indignant.
Are you qualified for a public servant?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Like, I feel it's like, what? I could just go in there tomorrow and fight these cases on my own because it's so freaking easy. Like, free speech, end of story, you know? Yeah. What else are people saying? How do I get... Any of you guys can sue me if you want. Yeah. Gaffney is pissed he didn't hire that guy. I mean, this guy... Gaffney's a joke at the end of the day. And this guy's,
Ego wouldn't let him.
What was that?
Ego wouldn't let Gaffney hire a lawyer.
Right. No,
that's
totally
why he tried to do it himself.
Well, the judge in the Gaffney case recommended he get a lawyer. They recommended... Because the guy's like, dude, you're fucking way too personally invested in this, dude. Like, AKA, you're losing your mind. And Gaffney just keeps plugging away. Didn't listen to him. Lost. How you doing, Mike? I know you're listening right now. All right. What else are people saying? You dissolved the corporation. Yeah, that's what people mean. So then what?
How's his wife and girlfriend doing?
I don't know. You have to. So I don't know what. I have to talk to a lawyer about that. Yeah. Legal notices in the paper.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Didn't mean to say anything.
No, yeah, exactly.
That's all my own opinion and everything else.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll listen to it later.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So you want anything else you guys want to ask me here? Do you have to get insurance for the company? I've tried to get insurance. Nobody will sell insurance to me because, I mean, I get sued all the time. Who's going to sell insurance to me? It's like, again, it's like if you got
it's a losing profit,
if you got in 20 car accidents a year, good luck getting car insurance. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. How do they find out about the other bloggers? They don't. That's one thing he's trying to... That's why he wants to get access to my computer, to my WordPress account, to all this shit, to my Gmail, because he wants to find out who these people are. Right? And so, obviously, we're fighting that because I'm like, you want access to my email? Like freaking... I have emails to my own attorney on my email. That violates attorney-client privilege, right? I have emails to my freaking mother on there, all these people. Like, you're going to read all my emails to advertisers, to sources that are confidential, like all this shit. Victims of domestic abuse come to us and tell their stories. It's like, well, and they're like, well, we're just going to search for keywords, like this woman's last name. Well, how do I know that? No, I don't know that. So we're fighting that. We'll see what happens.
I have emails to your mother, too.
How did the female rider find out she was being sued? she got contacted by an attorney. She got contacted by an attorney who just must have go through filings or something. And it's like, yo, by the way, you're being sued. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, an IP
I
address.
just don't want him to get your phone and get a text between me and you. Fuck that.
It won't be pretty.
Trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find them pictures I've been sending your mom, then I'm in real trouble.
Oh, God. You and me both.
All right. Any other questions you guys have before we call it a night here? The show is actually timely tonight. That's good. All right. Did any salesman else come forward? Yeah, a bunch of people came forward and were like showed an interest in selling. I'll take as many salesmen as I can get, man. It would be all commission based. So, regionally, it would be good to have salesmen from all over. Where we have a big readership in Rhode Island, the South Shore, the North Shore, you name it. Right? I would take sellers anywhere. Anywhere you can sell ad space on the site would be good for me. A Turtle Rider did come forward, and he's putting on like a charity event, I think on May 19th, and he offered me a booth to come there and sell stuff, and I might take him up on it. And so that might be the opportunity, by the way, to do like a book signing as well. So,
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Special guest Bret Killerin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better wear a vest then.
I know, right? And strapped.
Jesus Christ. Gotta hang out. I gotta get that fucking, what are they called? The Afty Kingz to protect me.
The Afty Kingz, yeah.
I'm hiding that girl's butt cheeks.
What's up with no commenting on the last blog? So people have been asking about no commenting on the TV Daily News one. The comments go through moderation because for some reason that site, it's new. I'm working out the kinks. It gets crazy amount of spam, right? Like crazy. I can even show you the back page of it, right? Every day, every time I post a thing, I got to show you some of these comments that start rolling in. Because I can't just let them all go through because it's all freaking spam. Like you just get on there and be like, hey, come check out my website. This is a very good blog post. I learned a lot from reading this blog post. Let me find it. Comments. There we are. All right. So here we go. Yeah, see, like, let's see. This is really interesting. You're an overly professional blogger. I've joined your feed and stay up in a quest of your fantastic post. Additionally, I've shared your website in my social networks. Casino slot machines manufacturers. Spam. It's all freaking spam. So I actually have to go through these. Spam. This one. Converse Australia outlet. He posts 55 freaking links. Spam. Parajumpers jacket. Thought I would comment. Say great theme. Did you make it yourself? Looks great. Parajumpers jacket. Spam. So that's why if you comment, I actually have to go through. This actually seems like no, this is spam too. That actually was made to look real. And yes, it's just like spam, spam, spam. So that's why your comments don't load because I have to filter them all because it's all freaking spam on here. Jesus Christ with this. All right. Anyway, any more questions?
Comments. Doesn't look like it.
Nobody from Boston has ever heard of us. You talking about us?
Don't even bother with this Celtic Tim loser. He fucking cries on every post you do. He's just a little cuck. Don't even acknowledge him.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm pretty sure, you know where our biggest audience
His girlfriend pegs him.
Our biggest readership is in Boston. Actually, you guys want to see? Let's see what's happening there. Not that I have to justify this with anyone. But by far our biggest audience is Boston, and it's not even close. Worcester and New Bedford are like a distant second and third as far as readership goes on a daily basis. All right, anything else here? You got any other questions you guys have? See, we got multiple people from Boston right now listening to us. So there we go. All right. All right. Any more questions before we call it a night, folks?
Ratchet the fuck up.
I'm still so jealous of Bristol and her ability to just bring on 1 billion people.
Or we can have a special one next Friday to where we can not do nothing for 30 minutes and then argue with a lunatic if you want.
Yeah, no, yeah. I loved having those people on. Yeah, the Afty Kingz. All right, so anyway, it looks like we're all done here. So thank you, fellas, for coming on. Intern and Bret.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you there, Intern Nude.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Nudes, yeah.
Sitting here in the nude.
Yeah. All right.
with your girlfriend's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Goddamn right.
We will be having by the way, I'm going on Kirk Minahan's podcast on Tuesday. He's from Boston. So I'll be posting that after I'm done. He'll be posting it after he's done. Looking forward to that. And we will see you all on Tuesday night after the Bruins game for the late night podcast. All right. Peace, Turtleritis.
Later.
All right.